Hey everybody, Anthony here from Crazy Tech Lab. Hope you're doing okay out there. And today I've got an awesome video for you because I have been speaking to Bobby and Tommy White of the Bobby White YouTube channel. And you might have seen recently that they have created an AMD Ryzen based PC in an NZXT case with an NZXT cooler. And what they've done is just absolutely crazy because they have encrusted the cooler with something like $15,000 worth of diamonds. So it's an extremely expensive PC, mainly because of the diamonds, but obviously with some of the cutting edge hardware from AMD and NZXT as well. I was super interested to see how these two things merged. As you know, if you watch my YouTube channel, I love PC modding. I'm a PC modder myself. I'm also a judge on the Cooler Master Case Mod World Series too, if you've had a look at some of the crazy mods on there. So always super interested to see what mods actually come out of this marriage of a really skilled craftsman and PC modding. There are some crazy builds out there from just those kinds of people. So super interested to see what kind of stuff Bobby and Tommy can come up with in future. And I caught up with them on Zoom, unfortunately, so you'll have to bear with us on the quality, but it's a fascinating conversation and I'm really excited to see what these guys can come up with in the future. So enjoy the show. Yeah, it's a nice place as well. It's quite like, yeah, it's nice and clean, nice and quiet. It's just like sort of near Farringdon, isn't it? Sort of that way.
That's it. Yeah. So we're literally 2 minutes out. Our studio's 2 minutes from Farringdon Station.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
It's like a ghost town up here at the minute, though.
I bet it is. Yeah, I bet it is. Just like anywhere where it's more people working and commuting, just dead.
Yeah.
I think I went in there about. What was I going for? It was when we were in the tier things and I had to go in for business, and oh my god, it was just like ghost town. Like all the stalls up on all the tables in the restaurants, just weird. It's like something out of a horror movie.
Yeah, I before the lockdown come, there's like a Japanese place near here. I used to always go and get my katsu curry from there. Probably quite more often I should have done from the wayside. And Bobby, where he lived around here, he was going on in the first lockdown, going through his walks, and all of a sudden he videoed them. There were all rats all dropping from the ceiling in there. Yeah, it's horrible. Oh. Yeah, it's terrible. So,
God.
Yeah, no, well, that's done me a favour now. I'm back on the salads now at Waitrose.
Yeah, fair enough.
After KFC today.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot. Wasn't going to mention that one. Cool. So I will crack on. So. I think they sent you the questions, didn't they? So you've got a rough idea about what we'll be talking about. Great. Yep. So who came up with the idea about modifying the PC and adding the diamonds to it? Was that you, Tommy?
First of all, Bobby. Yeah,
it was Bobby.
Tommy,
okay.
So Tommy said he was going to build a computer because we needed a new computer anyway. And he started looking at all this stuff online, and then he showed me the calling thing with the screen.
Yeah. 2 seconds.
And that's when I said this.
I'll be back in 1 minute. I've just got the doorbell and I know what it is. It's the delivery guy. He's turned up an hour early. I knew he was going to do that. He always does that.
That always happens in the Zoom call.
It's the same guy every time. DHL just arrives like an hour early, and most of the time I'm not here.
At least you ain't an hour late. I suppose you're not there now. I suppose you're not.
Oh dear. Yeah, nightmare. Right, so sorry, Bobby, you were saying.
Yeah, so Tommy was going to build one, and he started looking at all the parts, and it had the glass screen on the front. Then that's when I sort of come out and said, let's put, because the computer's quite on show in the office part.
Oh, good,
and the customers walk through the office and they see the workshop and that, so they see it all. So I said, why don't we build something that goes inside the computer, basically, to start with, just to add like a jewellery piece in there, because I thought it looked quite good.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tommy come up with the idea of actually building one.
Ah, funky. So, Tommy, so is this something that you've done before? Have you built PCs before, or do you just know about the hardware and you're interested in it from your CAD work and that kind of stuff?
No, before I never built one before. I've actually built another one last week. So after I got the bug.
Oh, you got the bug.
So
excellent.
I can ask them why they want to computer.
Yeah, excellent.
Before then, up until I got the CAD and started working there, I just thought the computer, probably like most people, just what looked nice. Over the price range I would spend. But when I started getting into CAD, I realised I needed an high performance. And they told me to look into gaming computers. That was when we first started looking into it. But my computer I originally bought probably 4 or 5 years ago. was starting to get a little bit old, and it was just starting to get slow.
Yeah.
So I started looking online, and also when we do the YouTube videos, also do video editing.
Yeah.
So that's something I need to look for that as well. We use 4K now, so that was slowing my computer down. And then when I was looking what to do, I was coming across videos. I think I started watching some of J2 Cents or something like that.
Yeah.
I didn't understand half the things he was saying. I didn't understand.
Yeah.
But I thought, I was just looking. I thought, you know what? I think I can actually build something. And it looked like when I was looking at off-the-shelf parts, it might have had like 7 things that I needed. But then
to that in a minute about have you built any previous PCs? So what kind of PC was your old one? Do you know anything about any of the hardware that was in there?
I don't actually know. So it was an Alienware original board.
Okay.
I don't know. I remember I upgraded a few things like the graphics card. I think it's called graphics card. I was still a little bit on the GPU.
Yeah.
So I upgraded a few things originally with them. And then obviously when I come round to, but I had a few problems with the laptops. I probably quite a few stuff on them.
Yeah.
But I was having a few problems with some of their already built stuff as well, which might have been a one-off or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's good because these are one of my actual laptop, my Alienware laptop broke a couple of days after I built the first computer, and I actually undone it, took the drives out that had all my my work files, drivers, that's it. I deleted that, re-put Windows on, and it all started working. Something a month ago I wouldn't have done. I probably even thought I need a new laptop or.
There you go. Yeah.
So I'm definitely learning by getting inside now, learning the basics.
You just feel like an expert. You feel like a hero once you've done that you've actually taken it out and put it in. Yeah.
I'm officially IT guy right now.
But he couldn't even put a plug on a plug socket before, so I was a bit worried when all this stuff turned up and all these cables. This is never going to happen. Like one of them things that sit on the side and never happen.
Yeah, that's kind of the great thing about PCs is that there's loads of cables and loads of bits that go inside, but
it's not as
you can't really plug the wrong thing into the wrong hole. Like you can't. It's not like a plug where you could potentially wire it up wrong. There's only 3 cables, but they're not likely to be a bang. So
I just imagine that they've come a long way since obviously probably I don't know how long. So obviously I've only really this last few months been looking into PCs, but I was a few years ago it would have been a lot more difficult. But it was simple. It was like Lego.
Yeah,
really, it was fun. It was a fun thing to do.
Yeah, so you watched just followed like a video, like J2 Cents video about how to put it together and that kind of stuff.
Put together, and then I was looking obviously other videos on PC editing, CAD. There wasn't a lot online about CAD design stuff.
Okay.
We used the software Matrix, which is built solely for jewellery designers. Yeah. And they did have their recommendations. To be fair, we probably went a little bit further than their recommendations because of 4K editing as well. But you notice the difference because I've got other computers. Like the other one I built was a little bit less because I was going to edit on that one. Yeah. But you can still notice the difference between the two PCs.
Oh yeah, definitely. But it's great for us because it means there's so much competition, and the power that you've got in your PC is just insane compared to where we were just like a couple of years ago. So
I think that's a lot different.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like with the cameras as well. The Canon was always in front, but Sony come out about that. With the video cameras, and they're in competition now. So for the consumer,
that's it exactly. Yeah, because Sony wasn't. Yeah, because Sony wasn't doing that well a while ago, were they? Because I remember I got one of their first DSLRs, and compared to Canon, it was naff. And then they did like the Micro Four Thirds stuff, and they've been doing really well. So all mirrorless and that kind of thing.
They just chuck everything out, and then obviously that's good for the consumer.
Yeah. Awesome. So your guys, I don't know whether you guys are aware, but there's like a whole PC modding scene, which is kind of the thing I liken it to is like Pimp My Ride or something like that for cars. So people like spray paint their PCs, and some of the things I'm really enthusiastic about because I cover the whole PC modding scene like in a journalistic sense, but I'm also a modder myself. So like I create some like spray painted PCs and all that kind of stuff, and cut panels and improve the cooling, put like custom liquid cooling in there as well. You might have seen that from J2 Cents videos and that kind of thing as well. But so are you guys aware of that whole scene? Because I mean you're basically PC modders now, that you've actually taken the stock components and you've done something to them. It doesn't matter how extensive it is, but were you aware of that scene at all?
Not I suppose, obviously we knew from watching J2 Cents, he'd done something for what's it? I forgot now. I forgot who's, but he's done obviously a few. So I watched a few of them.
Yeah.
But I think where we were so focused on what we could make and use in our work, we wasn't looking too much further. And then obviously once I actually bought the components, Bobby then come with the idea of actually doing the jewellery in it. But I think if we're going to do another one, I think we want to go.
I did sprays next time. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much you can do. I didn't realise how cool they looked.
Yeah.
And then once you start looking, there's so much more you can do. Like Tommy wanted like a little bracket underneath to hold the panel up, and I go, let's make something for that as well, so it holds it upright. But there's so much like you can scope inside to things to do it's quite exciting.
This is the thing that I'm really interested with you guys with, because you're I mean, over the years we've seen like loads of professional like creators like yourself come into the PC modding scene and do some insane things. Like we've had carpenters like come up with these works of art, but they've got a PC inside, and we've had people that work with glass and acrylic and all this kind of stuff, and some of the things they do is insane, but they've all got like a PC, an interest in the PC at the heart of it, and they just bring whatever they do into it and just do some crazy things. So yeah, that was going to be one of my questions at the end is, can you see yourselves maybe doing something more extensive with a future PC that you build? Because I mean, the video's done pretty well, right?
I definitely think we do. I think we need to. I think now, like I said, I've got the plug for it, and I realise we can go further. I need to educate myself a little bit more, so it's a bit more watching YouTube.
Yeah.
Or even getting someone in that can do some other work. We're very good. Obviously, we come from a jewellery background, so we're good at customising jewellery. But yeah, no, we've done a few sneakers and stuff last year and this year, which done pretty well. But now we want to move on to actually completely strip the like to the sole and rebuild the materials, but we're probably going to need to have someone, obviously, to bring someone in to do that section of it for us. And the same with the PCs. I think I can see us doing some more of that now. And there's a few of us in the workshop, so they're all going to need computers and new upgrades and stuff. So I'm just going to use it as an excuse to.
Yeah, there's a few retailers I could potentially put you in touch with, but I mean, I modify them myself, so I'm only about half an hour up the road. So if you ever want me in for some advice and do some builds, so yes, the whole spray painting scene I'm very much into. So I've done some crazy stuff, but I'll send you some photos over, see what you think.
Yes, love to see that. Love to see it.
So
I want to do some rockets as well, and I think that looked quite cool.
The what? Sorry.
We do these little rockets. And I wanted to do like diamond rockets, so like you made like floating inside, like that, going up to the top, like powering up to the top. I want to do something like that. I've been quite good in there. Yeah,
like the world's your oyster. I mean, everybody's using all the tempered glass on their PCs now as well, so there's potentially stuff you could do with that. And yeah, it's just like a PC case is just a blank canvas really for customization, and some are better than others. But yeah, I think you'll love it. So so we know that you used diamonds in the AMD build that you did. So I mean, take us through the process of what you actually need to do to, like, you start off with like an uncut diamond that's come out of the ground somewhere. That obviously goes through the process of being sold and that kind of thing. So how does it actually go from like being an uncut diamond to then being cut and polished and then going into your PC? So how do you actually work with that?
Yeah, so we order from one company who does all our diamond cutting. So they're all calibrated. So we buy from like 0.8 all the way up into, I think 2.5s is our stock range, what we get ordered in, specially cut for us.
Okay.
But they buy the raw material. So we use D to F colour. So it's top grade in the colour region. Yeah. And our facets, they're all cut like, they're all cut exactly the same, because a lot of the time, years ago, we used to buy from the UK, just go to different diamond dealers. And what we realised, such a subtle difference in the way the diamonds were cut from different factories and different places.
Okay.
And those all cut a little bit different. And then if you look, now we've got all these microscopes, you can really tell under the microscope how the stones are different. So that's why we get them cut from one factory, and they cut for like Rolex, they cut for all the big worldwide companies. They're the best diamond cutters, I think, probably in the world now. Yeah. Or one of them. There's a few, but they're one of the best.
Jesus. So when you talk about the colour, is that like sort of the purity of the diamond that you're looking for?
So D's the best colour you can get.
Okay.
So with small stones, they sort of don't give them a D, E, F. They sort of batch them up. So they're like DF colour. So they're top grade. And then obviously big stones get like a D. But in smaller stones, they get more of a DF colour. So they're top grade we use.
Yeah, so you basically order them to size, and then it's up to you to actually create the mounts and everything about how to actually mount it.
Yeah.
So how do you actually go about creating those? Because I've seen some insane work on your YouTube channel. It's so small, like some of the holes, but they look perfect once you've made them. But you're making them by hand, and that's just insane.
Yeah, because everything's under a microscope, so I'm seeing it really exploded up, so you can really get a lot of detail in now. Again, like with the PC build, it was like a round ring, and then I drilled it all, and I cut up all the claws, and then under the microscope, you see I pushed the claws over so the diamonds stay in.
Yeah.
But the other thing as well is with the diamonds, we drilled all the way through, so it's backlit by the LED panel.
Yeah.
So the stones sort of get that glisten of the LED panel behind it as well. So that's what we wanted to try to do.
Wow. Yeah.
And with the silhouette, obviously, we wanted that to be. We didn't want to put diamonds on that. We wanted it to be a silhouette in sort of the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we sort of black rhodium did. So it had
with black. We wanted it to be like a shadow, basically.
Yeah, so it's really effective. I love the way that the light kind of shines through as well. So how did you come up with the design? Was that for any specific reason?
Can you come up with the idea? Well, it was just searching, I think, together. I don't know if it was together or what way we've done it. He'd probably say he did. I say I did. And we was going through images, and we see that, and we liked it because of the silhouette, and the little plaque was quite cool as well. And we just thought a drive of the fence was just a little bit different, wasn't it?
I think we didn't realise about Bill Gates being arrested, and I think that had a bit. I mean, some people probably knew. We didn't realise it, and I think it showed like a different edge to, I suppose, who you think he is.
Yeah.
So I like the idea of that was a little bit different, and I think when we saw the picture, it sort of, I don't know, like Bobby said, I saw the picture, I said, is anything to do with this? And then obviously he saw it as a silhouette, put it from the side, and I think we like the actual the gel. I don't know what they actually call it. And
then we wanted to use the 3D printing as well, didn't we, to link it back to the computer with the plate. We had it. We done it on the CAD. I think that was sort of a link to the coming back from the computer as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 3D printing's huge in like the modding scene, because it's just you think up anything, like any object, like even like a small support for a bit of hardware, all the way through to like custom, like fabricated, like entire sections of the case. And I think someone's actually 3D printed like an entire computer case as well. So they've just like bolt all the panels together. But I love that. Yeah, I've got a basic Dremel one in the garage, but yeah, I absolutely love it. It's so cool.
Our one's quite small. We're doing rings now. Our one's quite a small space. We can't go that big. But even when at the minute we're making a grenade, like a full size grenade, but it's in rose gold and diamonds. Diamonds are in set. And we're making that at the moment, but the customer, where they want to know the size, we 3D modelled it. It's not in this country. We sent it out to him, and then he could feel the size, sit it. Even if it's a ring, they can put it on, wear it for a little few days to see if.
That's amazing.
So even if we still make it by hand, we still make the 3D model first.
Yeah, so just like prototype it and then send out to your customers to work out the whether they like it or not.
Yeah, so they could, if they like it, and it gives them, instead of just seeing a drawing as a few years back, they would just have a flat drawing of it.
Yeah.
And I find they're more inclined to change when they see that as well. Like when we used to make the piece, they just go, oh yeah, love it. Now we find when we actually give a 3D model, they realise it's easy to change. They go, oh, can I change that?
Yeah.
They've got more control. Even though they still would have had control a few years back, I think when they see it actually finished, they don't like to say, oh, do you know what, I would like that a little tad bigger, or can we do something? Yeah, they did used to say it, but now they obviously have more control.
Is that a good thing? Is that a good thing for you though? Because surely you prefer to just hand it over. There you go, done. They're constantly coming back.
It's more work, but it's good to. It's good in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's easy to change the computer as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, because Bobby's work, either doing something, they take about 2 weeks to make some of our custom pieces.
Yeah.
I think how much Bill Gates probably took a couple of days.
2 or 3 days. Yeah.
But some of our bigger pieces take 2 weeks. So obviously, to get it right in the 3D models, is obviously a lot better for us.
Yeah, I can imagine. So for the diamonds that you actually used for the PC, the top of the cooler, were they ones that you just had sort of lying around, or were they custom ordered for that specific item?
So we custom, because we have to get so many cut at one time, because they don't just order a few. So we always have them in stock. We sort of have to like 0.8 to like 2.5 in stock all the time.
Yeah.
Because we have to put such a big order in to get it cut the way we want to get it cut. So we've pretty much always got that sort of in stock.
Yeah.
Them sort of what I use for that, which we use for most of our pieces as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting, because I always thought you'd order it in like smaller sections, literally just like for an order you'd order like maybe 20 or something in a specific size, but you actually have to bulk. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we used to when we used to order years ago, we used to just order for the job. But now, because again, like I said, we want them all the same colour, the same cut.
Yeah.
That's why we order them in on like a bulk buy now, so we get exactly what we want consistently. But before we used to have to do that because we couldn't afford to buy them like that. But now,
I was going to say, it's kind of the money factor in bulk ordering diamonds.
Yeah, we could have 10 today.
Yeah, I can imagine. Jesus. So how much were the diamonds that you actually ended up using in the PC build? How much did they total up as?
I don't think I weighed it. What was it?
I don't weight. I can't remember. We haven't got it in front of us. I know the piece. The piece was probably about £12,000.
Yeah.
Cost the actual with the white gold and the diamonds.
Okay.
So that cost. That was about that. So I think in total, I know we've done it in dollars because a lot of our channels
dollars.
So we put it in dollars. And I was when we worked out $20,000. So there's probably around 15,000. The old PC cost us.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
I just run in sometimes and put the stones in and don't measure. If it's not for a piece we're going to sell for such.
Yeah.
I just use them.
But at least if things ever go a bit wrong or we stay in lockdown much longer, we can always just undo the case and just take it out. Yeah. It's more like this like a guarantee, really.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I don't even want to think about that. So, do you work with any other like precious stones, or is it mainly diamonds, or is it sort of built to order basically?
Yeah, we work with like emeralds, sapphires, rubies, pretty much anything really, depending on what the customer wants. But we use pretty much any semi-precious and precious stones.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing.
So diamonds is mostly diamonds though. Probably, I think we're known for diamonds. Probably sort of designs his stock pieces.
Yeah.
Diamonds is mainly.
Yeah, I've just got sort of like visions of like some kind of crazy green PC with green coolant going through it and using emeralds or something in there somewhere. I think that would look insane. So are any of the stones easier to work with in terms of actually sort of fitting them or cutting them or anything like that?
Yeah, diamonds they're really hard.
Yeah.
So they're quite easy to get. Emeralds are very difficult because they're really soft.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I didn't know emeralds were soft.
They break. Yeah, they break very easily. So you've got to be like, when you're setting them, you've got to be like super careful.
Yeah.
Because they break very easily. So setting them is a little bit trickier.
Which is not too bad. When they're smaller emeralds, it's fine to a certain extent. But when you're working with a big one, which is several thousand, it sort of probably gets a little sweat on. Yeah. He's pushing the claws. You're sitting
there with the claws, you can feel yourself shaking and sweating, pushing the metal over.
Oh my God, I can imagine.
It's the worst job you could ever think of doing.
Yeah, but we need more videos of that, because you always look super cool and calm and collected in your videos, and it's like, super steady hands. Need more of like beads of sweat dripping down as you cut it as you're doing something.
I press the edit button quite a lot, so we cut out swear words sometimes.
Yeah, I suppose that kind of...
Yeah, it's actually you're more sitting there quiet and just waiting for it, like, oh, please don't go. Oh. But yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, so we touched on it earlier, but just looking into the future in terms of you building your PCs, you mentioned that you were considering doing others for the office and that kind of stuff, and that's potentially a bit more sort of PC customization in the future then that we could look forward to?
Definitely. Like Bobby said, in our workshop, when first they come through to the workshop bit, we've got a section where it's Bobby tools, where you see what you don't see as much is obviously my bench, and there's several other bench desks with the computers on, and they're pretty much on show now. They used to be stuffed under the desk, but since we made that one, we sort of made it so it's, when people come in, they can walk past. And a lot of people, when they come to us, they've already seen videos. They go, "Oh, that's the video," and
they like to look, don't they?
do the trainers and the jewellery. They like to look at things. So really, it's more like for us, this is more experience for our customers to see different stuff than what they will see in a normal jewellery.
The talking point as well, because they don't usually see diamonds in a computer. So
no, exactly.
They come up, can I have a computer? Can I have a look at this?
And we've got to do more. So it'd be nice now we've sort of dipped our toe into it. We sort of know we can do that level. So the next time we do it, I think we're going to obviously go up another level. I know. Was it liquid cooling or water cooling?
Like custom water cooling. So what you've done is what you've done with the cooler is basically it's kind of called liquid cooling. So it's like a sealed loop. But the idea with the custom stuff is. It's kind of like you take all the tubes and you buy a pump, and it's basically like building like a car cooling system but in your PC. So you have a radiator, you have water blocks that sit on top of all the hot bits like the processor and the graphics card. Then you put your own coolant in. But the great thing about it is you can completely customize it however you want. And some people even use like this hard acrylic tubing that you heat up and bend to shape. So you get all these super clean, super straight runs that go around your PC and stuff. So it's really cool. I'll have to send you some photos afterwards. But
I'd like to see that.
Yeah, coolant colour as well is the world's your oyster. You can buy it off the shelf. You can mix the colours yourself. You can have pastel, like opaque and clear. It's UV reactive. It's really funky. But something else I was going to say is that I've spoken to a few retailers in the UK, and they sell the range of builds that upwards from £400, but some of the super high end stuff is literally the full on customized spray painted things that cost anywhere from like 10 to 20 grand for a PC. So obviously you're paying a lot for the customization, but I'd imagine that there are those customers out there that would consider going the extra mile and putting precious stones in their builds as well. There are those people out there, which is just insane.
Yeah, we have some. There's always someone who wants to put diamonds on something. But I realised I think I put the fans on the wrong way, so it's stuck in the wrong way or something. But it's good on YouTube. They come in, in the comments. They said you put it on the wrong way around. Loads of comments, and so it's. Wait a minute. I think we run out. I don't know how to do that.
I think it said it was upgraded or something. So I think we're all right.
Yeah, sorry, I think it's using the normal one.
That's all right.
Still upgrades. Anyway, yes, I was. So obviously, they didn't say it in a nice way. I would just change the fans around and then it worked better. They told, obviously, being on YouTube, they told me in a normal way. But it's good though. So at least I knew I would underdone it the next day and I'm screwed it and turned them around a bit. So hopefully,
I don't know what it is about YouTube, but the comments on there are so much worse than anywhere else. It's like I've had some shockers on my channel.
They really go for it, yeah.
It'd be like this to be by the way, I know it's probably your first time, but it's turned the fan around. That's all they had to say, but they have to obviously abuse it a little bit.
Yeah, but they see how many subscribers you got and automatically assume that you're a PC building expert. And it's like, well, no, it's not. Yeah. But it probably wouldn't have mattered, to be honest. If it was drawing air into the case, it's going to get sucked out somewhere else. But in general, it's, best to kind of push it through the radiator and then out of the case kind of thing. That's generally what it is. But
I changed it around. A few people said that. I changed it around. And obviously the other thing was about the custom liquid coil. A lot of people say they like to see that, which I think people like.
I think that would have been a good idea as well, that.
Yeah.
And we could have done, obviously Bobby would have been able to bend pipes pretty easy. So if I'd known about that, I think that'd been a cool thing to do.
But the pipes, some people use the acrylic stuff, but there are a lot of people that use metal as well. So they'll create something in copper.
Yeah, that sounds really. I wish we'd done that. It would have been really good.
Yeah, well, we'll have to have a chat on email, and I can hook you up with some people. So it's the copper tube. So obviously, if you've got the wherewithal to bend that. Then what a lot of people do is they bend it to shape, they measure up, get it so it goes from one component to another, then they'll ship it off and get it chrome plated or something like that, and then that looks amazing. So
we've done that even when we were at workshops. We've got a lot of gas for the glow torches that we use.
Yeah,
and Bobby obviously goes around, he bends all the copper plates.
Yeah, I've been it's easy. I mean, you can gold plate it as well.
Oh really? Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we've got the machines as well, so we can do that.
Yeah, I think something like that with like some diamonds along the side or something. That would just look absolutely wicked. Yeah, just like proper bling. Great stuff. Well,
the old gold plate would be quite cool.
Yeah, we'll have to think about that. There's so much stuff that you could do. It's absolutely insane. That's why I'm really.
It's endless, isn't it? I can imagine.
Yeah, that's why I was really keen to talk to you, because I love like seeing someone from your end kind of come into PC modding and then just doing crazy stuff. Because I mean, jewellery isn't really something I've seen that much. There was actually a modder from the Netherlands. She's a jeweler and she's done a few bits like that. But yeah, just super interested to see what you guys can do. So. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for talking.
Stay in touch and let's do another one.
I want to go again now.
Got you fired up. Yeah, you'll have to do it. I'll be more than happy to talk to you and hook you up with some people, and I could even create the shell for you and spray paint it, and then just really you cool. Do the rest basically. So yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Great stuff. Cheers,
you.
guys. Have a good afternoon.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
So I'd really like to thank Bobby and Tommy for taking the time to talk to me. I'm sure you'll agree it was a really fascinating insight into the world of jewellery and dealing with diamonds and all that kind of stuff that I've not really considered before, to be honest. So, and of course, super interested to see what Bobby comes up with in future if they do stick around with PCs and build some future PCs. So do check out their channel. There's a link below in the description. And also don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well, because I'll be putting more crazy PC mods up here. I'll be discussing the winners of the Cooler Master case mod contest as well that I've been judging, and of course loads more hardware reviews and PC build guides to come. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.